morning, students. This is your first lecture on the subject of your accountancy, and in the first chapter you are going to read is a non-profit organization. Now, till now in the 11th class you have studied the financial statements of the profit making organization. Here we are actually studying the financial accounts of the non-profit organization. Now, before studying the financial account of the non-profit organization, you must have the knowledge about what are the non-profit organizations. Like the non-profit organization means whose aim is not to make the profit. Like there are so many organizations which are actually concerned with the cultural activities, with the educational activities, with the health activities, religious or any public serving activities. For example, we can take like the clubs, the sports clubs, which are actually for the benefit of the sports benefits they are providing to the common people. There are the hospitals, there are the dispensaries, there are the schools, there are the libraries. So you can see that the libraries, the schools, the clubs, their basic aim is not to make the money or make the profit. So that's why we say those kind of organization is called the non-profit making organization. But you all know that where there is an the involvement of the money, there we are to just take care about that where the money is coming and where it is going, where we are channelizing the money which is coming. So we have to make the final account of it. So till now we had studied the final account of the profit making organization, but in this chapter we are making the final account of the non-profit organization. As I have told you, what are those? Like we are going to study the financial accounts of the clubs, the schools, or like the hospitals and or all these kind of. Now, here normally when we start the business we need the money which is called the capital, and that capital is actually utilized in the different kinds of the work which is associated with the business, like purchasing of the assets, and then it is also useful for the day-to-day activity which is called working capital is need to generate the revenue. Here the scenario is little different. Here also we need the money because we are going to run the different kind of organization like the sports club or the dispensaries or the hospital or the school or the library. There also we need the money or the fund. So the fund which is, or you can say the capital, here the word capital is not used. We actually not contribute the money for the business purpose. That's why we will not use the word capital. Here the money contributed in the form of the fund. That's why the capital is converted into the capital fund. So the fund contributed by, how we contributed all the money. So the fund contributed by the way of donation, membership fee, entrance fee, subscription and grants and loans. So these are actually the main sources of the money. We are just contributed as in a fund, and this fund is actually useful for running of the or these kind of organization. Now again we are going to proceed to the features of the non-profit organization. First of all, if we talk about the features, first feature is the entity. Entity means what entity this kind of organization has. It has a separate legal entity, different from their members who actually start the organization. They are different from the organization, means it has the separate legal entity of the business. Now the purpose of the non-profit organization is basically, as you know, that it is not creating the profit, but the whatever we are doing here, the purpose of the starting of this kind of organization is to rendering the services for people at large. Here we are serving the people by the way of giving them the medical facility or for the health purpose, like opening the clubs the health clubs, the library. So these kind of the things we are actually giving the people to serving the society. Third one is the ownership. Now the set up as a charitable society or trustee. Here the person who was starting these kind of organization are not the partners, because partners in the partnership we actually aim at profit. Here there is no profit. So the ownership means it is actually run by the charitable society. Basically non-profit organization is run by the charitable society, or the number of people is called the trustees. So the next one is the profit not objective. Now the name suggests a non-profit organization. Here there is no profit. Yes, if something is coming as in the way of the excess which you are contributing and which is coming as in a revenue, so that kind of money which is coming in reward is not we will treat it as a profit, but we will say it is a surplus. So we can say excess, whatever excess is coming is a surplus, not a profit, because it is not a profit making firm. Fifth one is the management. How the management of the non-profit organization is maintained now. Managed by the trustee or managing committee. Basically the non-profit organization is managed by the trustee. Here you know that the ownership is set up by the charitable society and a trust. So that's why the management is also done by the trustees or the managing committee. There is a set of the people who are actually managing all the affairs of the non-profit organization. Now the sixth one is the funds. Funds, the sources of money where it is coming towards the organization. What are the sources? These are it requires. Why these funds are actually required? This is required to the operations, the day-to-day operation of the organization. So the funds are in the way of donation. It comes the membership fees and the entrance fees. The donation by different kind of people they donate as in a charity. Membership, who come as in a member have to pay the life membership fee or the general fees, entrance fees. Now subscription is also the way of the resource, you can say, for the funding. So now if we explain about the subscription. Subscription is a service given by these kind of organization. Like if we subscribe something, so if we subscribe something, we have to pay for that every month. If you are subscribing any newspaper suppose or a magazine, so before they are giving you the magazine, providing you the magazine, you have to pay some certain fees. This is called subscription. So whatever you are just getting the services from that organization, you have to pay for that. This is called the subscription. So these are the way of the funds. Now the seventh one is the financial statement. Now it is the very important part, that what accounts you are going to prepare to make the final account of the non-profit organization. So the first one is the receipt and payment account. Second one is the income and expenditure account. And third one is the financial statement. Now receipt and payment account is just like the cash account. It is just like. And income and expenditure account, here you are just noting down all the incomes, all the expenditure you are just noting down here. And the third one is the balance sheet, all the assets and liabilities and the funding of the organization you are going to be note down here. Yes, so in